Welcome, Rhonda here with Foods 101. Today I'm going to show you how to make cake pumpkin donut holes without making the donuts. They're scrumptious and a very special pumpkin treat. The ingredients you're going to need is 1 quart of vegetable oil. This is 4 cups, 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of 100% pure pumpkin, 100% pure pumpkin, it will say on the can, 2 tablespoons of all vegetable shortening. You don't want to substitute this for butter because this shortening, once you mix it into your dough and you start frying it, it's going to give it this lovely crunchy edge all around these donut holes. 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground clove. I'm going to grate in fresh nutmeg, or you can use 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 1 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons of white vinegar. This will give it a little zing when you bite into these donut holes, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of your instant non-fat dry milk, 2 large eggs at room temperature, and you're going to need 1/2 cup of a lemon lime soda. I'm using a Sierra Mist today, or if you want to use a Sprite, that will work too. Let me show you how simple and easy these are to get together. I'm adding all my flour into a large mixing bowl with that instant non-fat dry milk. You can purchase this in the baking section of your supermarket. The salt, the baking powder, the cinnamon, and the nutmeg. Whoops, it's kind of stuck in there. With the microplane, I'm going to grate in. See how that grates in there? Woo! This is going to make it delicious. With a whisk, we're going to incorporate these ingredients until they're well blended. And oh my gosh, that nutmeg and that cinnamon and that clove smells so yummy. I'm adding a little bit more of that nutmeg because I really want it to come through here on our pumpkin donut holes. That looks well blended. We can set this off to the side. In an additional bowl, I'm adding both eggs. Add your 2 tablespoons of all vegetable shortening. Add your cup and 1/4 of sugar. And we're going to blend this until it's well combined. Be sure to scrape down the sides of your bowl as you go. I spent about 30 seconds doing that. That looks perfect. So we're going to add the vanilla, the vinegar. I know vinegar's an odd ingredient, but believe me, it's going to give these little pumpkin donut holes the flavor you're going to be addicted to. Beat until very well blended. I spent about 30 seconds doing that. That looks perfect. Gotta open that lemon lime soda and measure out 1/2 cup. Add 1/3 of our dry mixture with our cinnamon and nutmeg and clove. And then we're gonna add about 1/3 of that lemon lime soda. And give this a lovely little mixing. Start on low. Mix until you can no longer see the flour. And it's looking like this. This took about 30 seconds. Add the additional 1/3 of our dry ingredients with 1/3 of our lemon lime soda. And we're going to mix this on low until you can no longer see the flour. And it's looking like this. Make sure you get behind your beaters. Don't leave any of those dry ingredients behind. Add your remaining dry ingredients with your lemon lime soda. Again, mix until you can no longer see the flour. Now, your dough is going to be a lot thicker after you add that 3rd batch of flour and your lemon lime soda. Mix this on high for 30 seconds. Be sure to scrape down the sides of your bowl. Now we're ready to start frying. Look how beautiful that is. And I can smell the pumpkin and that nutmeg. It's going to be fantastic. I'm using a 12-inch electric skillet to fry my donut holes in. I'm adding all 4 cups of our vegetable oil. If you don't have an electric skillet, go ahead and use a 5-quart heavy saucepan or a 5-quart Dutch oven. I'm turning my heat to 375 degrees Fahrenheit here on my electric skillet, between the 350 and the 400 mark. So let your oil heat up. Before I start frying my donut holes, I've got a cookie sheet here that I've lined with paper towels in a cooling rack. I'm gonna let my fried donut drain here on the cooling rack. We're gonna drop our dough into our hot oil, 1 teaspoon at a time, and I'm using this little melon scooper. It holds about 1 teaspoon. And we're gonna fry them for about a minute on each side. Now, the more of these you make, the better you're going to get. I'm going to take this and push it up against there so you won't have excess dough. And you could even rub this off to the side to get a little bit more rounder. They're not all going to be so perfect, so don't worry about that. If you don't have one of these, you can go ahead and use a measuring spoon. Using a heat-friendly spatula, you can just drop them right on down in there. Or if you even want to use a spoon, you can do that too. I prefer my melon scooper. We're going to let each one fry 1 minute on each side before we flip them over. Be sure not to overcrowd your pan. You don't want your donut holes running into each other. So strategically place them in their oil so they're far apart. Oh, these are going to be so yummy. I see them getting golden around the edges, and it's been about 1 minute. Well, we'll flip it. It just caught there on my fork. And we'll flip it again. And unfortunately, I let these bake over here a little bit longer than 1 minute. You just want to keep an eye on them. There you go. Flip them over. Look how lovely and golden those are. Woo, they're going to be so yummy. I'm going to start removing my donut holes over here to the cooling rack. This has been an additional 1 minute. Now, if they're a little crunchy, that's fine, but I like them golden like that. So you definitely want to keep an eyeball on them. Frying my second batch of my pumpkin donut holes. And to tell you the truth, I really love this electric skillet. I had never used one before until last week when I showed you how to make apple fritters. If you want to learn how to make apple fritters along with your pumpkin donut holes here, you can check out last Saturday's video here on my YouTube channel. Keep an eye on them until they're lovely and golden. After a minute over here, we can start flipping. Oh yeah, there we go. I've been rolling my pumpkin donut holes here in granulated sugar. I think the sugar on these donut holes make it look so festive and makes it look so frosty there on the top. If you don't want to do this, go ahead and skip it. If you want to add a little cinnamon to the sugar, you be my guest. If you just want to leave them plain, you can do that too. I'm going to leave that up to you. I gotta try one of that. Look how beautiful and frosted that looks. Let's go on the inside. Look how nice and soft. Gotta bite into it. Wow. The pumpkin flavor. The nutmeg. The cinnamon. What a fantastic pumpkin fall treat. You will not be disappointed. I'm Deronda with Foods 101, and look how lovely and soft they are. Give me thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Hit that notification bell to be the first to get my new YouTube food videos. Thanks a million for watching. Stay safe, and I'll catch you lovely people later.